We're vibing while we're talking. You can get your laugh on. Watch the channel of a video. And subscribe, like and follow. We are chilling with the girls. With the girls. The girls. With the girls, chilling with the girls, with the girls, with the girls, with the girls, chilling with the girls.
Yes! Woo-hoo! We are chilling with the girls.
With the girls. All right. So, welcome to another episode of Chilling with the Girls. And I believe this is season 3, episode
12.
Episode 12.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And I am Tawanda. And
I'm Tish. Come on, I want y'all to comment and join in on our conversation.
I'm Mary, and don't forget to share and hit the notification bell.
all right.
Yeah, so I'm so excited. Norman is on here. Hey, Norman said, praise him, ladies. Hey, Norman. So I'm so excited that we have Staci Newman here. Staci started Kitty Lane, and that's a software as a software as a service company that provides online scheduling, business management, marketing tools for local extracurricular activity and enrichment program communities. So this application double-sided platform features a dashboard that provides annually vetted business clients with a comprehensive overview of their performance. Clients gain insight into sales, marketing, finance, personnel, and facilities management, which can be used and turned into profit. We all want to profit.
I know that's right.
The online marketplace is the other side of the platform, which showcases available class and activity slots. Here, our community of registered parents are directly connected with the businesses they've been looking for, allowing them to search for activities and moments. Register and pay all in one space. One-stop shop, right, Staci?
Yes.
So, Staci, can you tell us about Kitty Lane? How was it started? What motivated you to start it?
Okay. Well, first of all, hello everyone, and thank you for this opportunity. I started Kitty Lane because, well, I'm a parent. I had 2 girls, and we had just moved to the house we currently live in right now, approximately 12 years ago. And, well, I was looking for swim classes, dance classes, anything to put my daughters in. And I couldn't find anything. Or if I found something, the class was already full.
Wow.
Or you would go through, do web searches. You would see those signs on the side of the road. You would call, the space was full, or you would get the number has been changed recording.
Wow.
So I thought of, hey, why don't I put something together to start sort of like a Baltimore's Child, but online, where you have all of the classes, daycare centers, those types of things, so that you could find them. Well, I finally got my daughter into a dance class, and she enjoyed it very much. And I came up with the second part of the idea as far as the business management software. By the way, I'm a information systems security engineer. So I do database and code and things like that. So while at the dance studio, I saw one of the teachers and the manager of the place almost come to blows because the manager changed the teacher's classroom assignment and put her in a smaller studio.
Wow.
And they didn't care that the parents were there. They just were duking it out.
Crazy.
So I thought, hey, that's the other part to this idea that I had. It didn't have a name at the time, but hey, that's the other part to the idea that I had, because they were using an Excel spreadsheet to figure everything out. They were messing up people's paychecks, everything.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, well, hey, we live in this app convenience culture. Why don't I create an app? Now, Kitty Lane is an app, but it's not a mobile app. It's a web application because of the database behind it. So I started talking to the businesses and just asking them, hey, what are your pain points? If you could design your ultimate software application, what do you want?
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, so I started gathering requirements, and as a parent, I kind of already knew what I wanted. But I started talking to other parents because I don't want to pretend like I know it all, and just started putting it together. I started working on it myself originally, but my teacher told me, look, you can't do it all. If you were going to write the software, go after money, write a business plan, you won't be launching until maybe 2030.
Yeah.
So because I am Kitty Lane, the easiest thing that I could do was to contract out the software build, which is what I did.
Okay.
And so I've been going out talking to people, applying for grants. I entered the community college of Catonsville's pitch competition.
Oh.
It's called the Business Plan Pitch Competition, and it's very similar to Shark Tank.
Okay.
And I submitted. Well, there you have to qualify for the contest.
Okay.
I met the qualifications, and I submitted a 5-page business plan. And I believe there were 46 submissions at the time, and they chose 12 finalists. I was one of the 12. They brought us in to campus. They brought us to their on campus. They have some type of mansion because they needed to put us in a big space because we were still under COVID at the time.
Oh, okay.
It was ending. It was about December or so last year, but they still wanted to spread everybody out.
Yeah.
And they had 12 mentors, and they assigned each finalist a mentor. And your mentor is someone who either works for the SBA or they're successful entrepreneurs themselves.
Okay.
And they go over your business plan, tell you weak points, challenge you, and prepare you for the contest. They help you write your pitch. We had to practice our pitch in front of a professional. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but they watched our body language. They watched our language to make sure that we didn't go,
Right.
And
make sure you weren't nervous and all that kind of stuff. Eye to eye contact, the whole nine, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they gave us feedback. And my first feedback was brutal.
Oh, no.
And I'm not going to lie, I wanted to cry.
Oh, no.
Because I basically stood there and said, this is what Kitty Lane is. I basically was reading. I was basically reading my business plan.
Yeah.
Right.
So my mentor, we tore it up and reworked it. And I basically, when I did my pitch, I basically said, hey, I started this business.
Mm-hmm.
I went into business because I love doing this and this and this, but I'm so stressed out as a business owner because instead of uh, putting all of my energy into helping the children,
Mhm.
I'm doing the books, answering the phone, putting together marketing campaigns,
Yeah.
all of those different things. Or I'm paying hundreds of dollars because I have to pay for 3 or 4 different applications and I'm still not getting all of the functionality that I need.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish there was a tool where I can do everything that I need in one space.
Yeah. Okay.
So they liked it. They had 7 minutes of questions,
Mm-hmm.
and I was the 6th place winner. There were 6 winners,
Congratulations.
and I
Awesome.
won $5,000
Okay.
Congratulations.
and a student team who put together a marketing plan for me.
Okay.
Excellent. Totally excellent.
Hmm.
Wow.
Wow. So it was like, can you give us a little bit of your pitch? I know you were talking about how, because when you tell people like, oh my goodness, I was so frustrated, I had all this stuff going on, I was losing my mind. So you're thinking about how can I help me help you type of thing, right? So when you talk to people, that's what you are pretty much relaying to them. Help me help you. How can I help you? And then how is it like the community part of it? Can you tell us about the community part of it?
Well, I was running into a brick wall
Okay.
because my software is I would say about 95% complete.
Mhm.
And I intend on, well, it's my intention to launch in July.
Okay.
However, I thought, hey, I won this money. Money's going to start falling from the sky. But it didn't happen that way.
Right.
So I went and I got a mentor through an organization called SCORE. And he told me that the problem that I'm having is I am pitching software and it's a business to business application. A lot of people don't understand it. So he told me to pitch it as a social service.
Okay.
That's okay. That's important.
Right. He says, so pitch it as a social service that enhances the community,
Wow.
as well as provides compelling services to businesses and parents. So, as of this week, actually, it's my message is kind of evolving.
Okay.
But I haven't had enough time to put all of the words together to explain exactly how it is going to enhance the community. However, I do know that my student team, when they went out and they talked to various businesses, they also spoke with churches because churches, they provide activities for children as well. And they would be, a lot of churches were very interested in using my software, which is something that I hadn't thought of. So I wanted to come up with nonprofit pricing
Okay.
for
Okay.
churches where their price point would be different than your for-profit businesses.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Stacy, how would this be beneficial to the church?
Well, from what I understand, because this was given to me in a report,
Okay.
from what I understand, it would work similar to the way that it works for businesses because it's just software.
Yeah.
And I made the software general enough to where you would build your catalog of classes.
Okay.
You would build your catalog of employees.
Okay.
And when you wanted to advertise a class,
Mm-hmm.
what you would do is you would pull a class from the catalog and you would say, well, I don't know, hula hoop.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing out
Right.
something.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
hula hoop lessons to run from June 1st to June 30th.
Okay.
And you want teacher Miss Williams to teach the class, so you could assign her to the class.
Okay.
And Miss Williams would have a pay rate and all of that already built into the catalog.
Wow.
And you would make your class active. And the great thing about Kitty Lane is you don't have to worry about advertising, because once you make your class active, it shows up in our marketplace.
Okay. Okay.
And the marketplace has registered parents
Mm-hmm.
who are already looking for these types of services.
Okay.
However, if they aren't registered, you can let them know, this is the software that I'm using. Please create a profile
Mm-hmm.
and put your information in here so that I can get paid, because it has the paying mechanism in there.
Right. All right.
And they can also, I also have it set up, because this is children after all. I also have it set up so that if you as a parent were signing up and your child had peanut allergies or they were allergic to aspirin or something like that, you can put those notes in there and it can send it forward. And in certain cases, you have parents that are going through a divorce or whatever, and one parent may not be allowed to pick the child up.
With notes in their profile, right?
Yeah, so you can note all of that in the profile. You can note alternative pickup persons. Like if you get caught at work and you want your sister or your brother to pick up your child, they're already on the profile. And as soon as they come and say, I'm here to pick up such and such, they can pull up their profile and make sure that they're on the list.
Oh, that's very good.
And see, and that's not something that's typical in business software, because my software is children business specific.
Oh, yeah.
So those aren't things that adults need.
Right. Yeah.
And also, another part to my business is all of the teachers, the businesses, they are annually vetted, meaning they have a background check.
That's
so
good.
that we can weed out child predators.
Yeah.
But they only get checked annually, and the software is smart enough to start counting down to say, hey, you have 3 months before you have to get vetted again. 2 months, 1 month. And if they don't get that vetting, they're locked out of the system.
Wow. Wow.
That is good. So look, we going back to our chat. So Wallace Ali Price is on here. Said my sister Stacy.
Hi, that's my brother.
And Marla Griffin is watching. She said hello. And we have Davita. She's one of our friends. And she said blessings, family. Yeah, and I just feel like this is a very needed, software, for the busy parent. I keep thinking about the busy parent, the working parent, or some parents working, full-time student, you know what I'm saying? So this would like take the guesswork out of everything, and Ray Love said, this is nice, and she is awesome.
It's my best friend. Hey, Ray.
Welcome,
Yeah,
welcome.
and so I like the fact that people are being vetted, so you don't have to worry about anybody coming around the corners due to cracks. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to protect our children at all costs.
That's right.
No.
That's right.
So it's like if they don't pay for this software, do they have access to it or no?
Who,
So
the businesses?
well, and the schools
And the parent,
or the parent.
No, the parents don't pay.
Okay.
The businesses pay for the software because they're the ones actually doing stuff with the software. They're
Okay.
running their business.
Yeah.
They're managing their staff.
Mhm.
They're managing whatever the building is that they're using because they're going to build their classes, classroom A, B, C,
Okay. Yeah.
whatever. It's general enough, which is why I was saying churches can use it as well.
Yeah.
So that you can call your classrooms or studios whatever you want to call it. It's not that rigid.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So I was thinking, like you were saying, how you even thought of it. It's like good for people who come to a different town, come to a new town
That's true.
and don't know what's going on, in that
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
They can have access right to that, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Another part is I was talking about my daughters. I was also a foster mom,
Okay.
and finding activities for her was even harder than finding them for my daughter because she comes with a lot of rules.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's so
Um,
true.
and
Yeah.
not only that, but when you have foster children, you have to deal with the bureaucracy of social services
Yes. Yes.
and the foster care system itself. So they're using an antiquated voucher system where they're still sending out paper checks. So
Really? In 2023?
yes, yes. So
Wow.
so my daughter, my foster daughter, and I still thought of her as my daughter, but I make that distinction so that people understand how the rules were different for
Okay.
her.
Right. Right.
So the lady, her aftercare person was saying, "Hey, look, it's been 3 months and I still haven't gotten paid.
Wow.
I'm getting ready to kick her out."
Wow.
Because, and I understand, even though I was upset, I still understand where she's coming from. She has to eat.
Yeah, that's right.
It's her business.
Yeah.
So fortunately, me and my husband, we were blessed enough that we could pay for it ourselves. But some of these foster kids, their parents are only in it for the check. So
That's sad, but it's true. Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
if they don't pay, they get kicked out of a activity. And these children already have so many strikes against them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one of the things that I wanted to do, and I'm still trying to figure out the requirements for it, but I wanted to build a government portal and go after a government contract
Yeah.
for the foster care system.
Mm-hmm.
Once I have enough businesses as clients,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, hey, state government, whatever.
Right, right.
We have a service here. Instead of it being individual parents signing up their children, it would be the foster system signing up the children. They would get
I love
unique,
that.
yeah, they would get a unique ID, just like your child would get,
Right.
and that number would follow them around when the foster care, unfortunately, continues to place them here, 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 and here, and
Yeah.
the money would be tied to their number, so that way, at least they won't have to miss out on a dance class, especially if they're really talented.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
miss out on a music lesson or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's the next phase that I'm
Oh
working
my
on building
goodness,
that.
Yeah.
that's great
That's
because if they
excellent.
go to another foster home, they may not have the information that the other people have. Like you said, like you might not go from state to state, but even if you go to another foster home, that foster parent doesn't know what activities that child was involved in. So
Yeah.
I
Right.
love the idea. It's like
Right. And it would be a part of their profile. The
yeah,
money would be tied to
yeah,
them,
Yes.
and the
love
bill
that.
would be paid in full on time. And
Yeah,
the business providing the activity, they would be happy because their bills are being paid on time and they
right.
can
Yeah,
take care of their families.
yeah,
That's very good because the money is earmarked because
Yes.
because you have some foster parents, they take their money and they go clubbing, they they have parties, because I worked in the high school. So I mean I have firsthand knowledge of this stuff happening, these foster parents, taking advantage of, the system and all that kind of stuff. So this is a very good idea because that child, will have, what they supposed to have.
the needs and stuff.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
thank you. And actually, this week I started working with a friend of mine. She owns a contract and grant writing business. She left the government. She was a contractor, and she's helping me write that piece, and she's helping me go after grants so
Yeah.
that I can have the to help me continue my build,
Yeah.
and as well as me going after my minority business
Mm-hmm.
certification so that I can qualify.
Very good.
That is very excellent.
Going back to the
Definitely love
chat, we got Lady. Lady, we haven't heard from you in a minute. She was like,
it.
Hi, lady.
I miss you. But
Yes, absolutely.
I am really blown away by this system, and it's so convenient and it's needed.
Yeah.
Know,
Yeah.
and I know we can't help you, but we praying that you get the right programmers once you get your grant, that you get the right programmers, and they can just you can get some good programmers that roll this stuff out in a few months. I know
I,
you know
I
that.
already have them earmarked.
See?
Oh, that's
Oh,
excellent.
excellent.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, absolutely.
So, what can you tell the parents watching us, about getting involved in this system?
Well, I'm starting to build a email list.
Okay.
You can send your email to support.
Wait a minute. Let me write this down, then I'll put it in my thing. Okay,
Okay.
support. Mhm.
Support at kittylane.com.
Okay. All right.
And what I'm doing is I'm building an email list so that I can start blasting it out there to parents to let them know, hey, we're coming.
Okay.
Right now, as I said, I finished the prototype and we had some businesses test the software. So right now we are implementing those changes, and it's software, so things don't always go the way you
Who
think
are
it's
you
going to
telling?
Yes. Necessary evils.
go. Right, right. So things aren't going exactly
Yeah.
as quickly as we thought it would.
Yeah. Mhm.
Uh, so one of the things my mentor wants me to do is, while I'm still in beta, he wants me to give it to businesses for free
I like that idea too. Yeah.
and let them use it
Yeah.
for about 3 months
Hmm.
and let them know. I'll just pick a time, November 13th. You have to start paying the monthly subscription fee.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
But during those 3 months, they will have to understand that it may be a little glitchy. They can give me some feedback so that
Yeah.
I can make changes, as well as it would help them out with running their business. They can get the software for free. They would be getting free tech support
Oh, wow.
for about 3 months or so. So
Yeah.
if you were moving from one application to that one, which
Mhm.
is costly, we're there to give you tech support to help you move all of that over.
Okay.
And it will also help me out because while I'm going for these grants don't move quickly. It's the government after all. I can use the fact that I have active users as
Mhm.
leverage
Okay.
when I go to a bank or to an angel investor or venture capitalist.
Yeah, that's good. Wow.
Because we have beta a lot in our job. Like right now, we have that CRM program for our owners, and I'm playing in the sandbox because they are redeveloping the fields and all that kind of stuff to get it to work.
Mhm.
Yeah, so to speak, it's like the beta, but I'm like playing in the sandbox before they roll it over into the CRM just to see the glitches and stuff like that. So it takes a lot of patience, you know, when you have that. And so,
Yes.
and even when parents or businesses get it, they have to understand that too, because they, you know, how people get all upset and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
it's
but you're getting it for free. I wouldn't complain.
right. You would think, though. Come on now, see. You would
Right.
think they wouldn't if they got it for free, but that's not always.
Eventually, will it be a graded system like a 4-star? Eventually, people, how
Like reviews, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Eventually, parents will be able to review the businesses because when they're in the marketplace, you have to imagine it would be like Amazon. You would have to imagine a board that has all of these classes listed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Roller skating, cheerleading, and I'm looking at that. This
You
will be
see
great
that? You
mechanics
see
and
that? No, not to cut you off, but come on now. Come on, Staci. That's good though, isn't it? No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, actually, my friend, I also do farming. I'm an urban farmer.
Wow.
And I had my boots on and I had my big old hat on, dirt all over the place. And she
Right.
said, "Oh, can you come over here really quickly?" So I went over there and there's a room full of ladies dressed to the nine. And I look like Farmer Jack. And a lot of them were pediatric dentists.
Wow. Wow.
And she was telling them about Kitty Lane and they said they would like to be a part of it. So they are phase 5.
Wow, come on.
This is
Yes.
excellent.
Because I'm in phase 1 right now.
Okay.
As the system grows, phase 2 would be independent contractors
Okay.
for like teachers for students who need one-on-one lessons, like math tutoring,
Yeah.
those types of things. Phase 3 is the foster care.
Mm-hmm.
Phase 4 is sports management.
Oh,
I'm going to build competition management.
mm-hmm.
Also help the businesses by building a sponsorship platform so that they can get sponsorships from like the local, I don't know, dealership, those types of things.
Okay. Yeah.
Allow them to sell their own branded merchandise, those types of things. We're going to have a ticketing so that if your daughter is in ballet or whatever at the end of her term, you know how they always have these performances at the
Right.
end.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you, but when my daughter had her performance, I had to call everybody. Oh yeah, we're coming to the thing. Then I
Yeah.
had to hunt them down to get my money.
Wow.
And then half of them would show up and then say, "Oh, after I kick the money out myself, then they
Right.
don't want to give me my money back."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So we're going to make all of that electronic so that you as a parent can send out a flyer to your family and friends,
Okay.
and they can pay for the ticket themselves, and they can either print it out themselves, bring their phone, and have it scanned. However,
That's excellent.
I love it. Isn't
Absolutely.
it? I love it. I love it.
Yes. Wow.
so that's phase 4. And because I hadn't thought about doctors,
Yeah.
and all that would come later.
Yeah.
We do want to have some type of authentication check so that we can say that these people have background checks. I haven't figured out the doctor portion yet because I don't know if I can compel a pediatrician to get a third-party background check. But I figured maybe by then the culture would have built up enough to where it'll be no big deal for them.
Yeah.
And I don't really know how they operate.
Mhm.
So it's on the list, but I have to do my research and build my requirements before I get to that.
Because that could also be connected to foster care, though, too, like on their profiles.
Yes.
The doctor visits, the vaccines, and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
You know,
Well, I didn't want to get into medical
okay.
because there are rules
Okay.
that I have to follow by the federal government when it comes to collecting information about children. And that's
the HIPAA law.
right. Yeah. Now, if the parent wants to pass that on to the business, that's fine, but
Okay.
I can't ask for it.
Okay. Okay. So I think that once, you know, the doctors and stuff, once they see how beneficial it is for them, you know, they might just go ahead and get that get vetted, you know, and get that
Right.
and not mind getting a background check. you
Yeah.
know.
Right. And by the time I get to their portion, I would have the right people around me, lawyers.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it would be seamless. But right now,
Yeah.
it seems daunting because I haven't even began to research how they operate.
Right.
Got you.
And you don't want to wear on their patients right now during the beta stage. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let you get all those kinks out and all that kind of stuff first.
Right. And have it running smoothly before I add a doctor into it. Yes.
That's exactly.
I want to talk about this farming thing. I know we know you got him in a digital world, but when you was like, I farm, I was like, okay, what's up with that? How does that look? What in the world?
She's multi-talented. She's an artist.
Oh my goodness, Staci.
She is multi-talented.
Do you plant vegetables and stuff like that, or what?
Well, I live in Baltimore and I live in a row home.
Okay.
And when I was a little girl, my grandparents, my grandfather, he would rent like a piece of land and we would go out there and farm it. So I love it. I haven't done it in years, but when the pandemic hit and we couldn't move anywhere, that love for farming was reborn.
Wow.
So basically, I grow a garden in buckets on my rooftop terrace.
Yes, that's what I want to know about.
Wow.
Well, Staci, what are you doing with your art? You know she's an artist. What are you doing with your art?
I really haven't done that, done anything, but I do take my nephew to drum lessons once a week. And starting in the fall, I will be taking drum lessons with him. So
I know that's right. All around.
Absolutely.
All around.
Yes.
All around.
So I want to get back to the farming.
Me too, Mom. She told me.
So you said you farm in buckets.
yes.
So how many different types of do you do herbs? Do you do vegetables? What do you do? What do you have?
Well, I tried potatoes one year and that was a disaster.
Ray Love said you also teach your friends how to garden.
Yes.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yes.
I actually, what I did is I bought some of those large Homer buckets and I bought some netting some netting. I think they call them netty pots or something, netty
Okay.
pots or something like that. And I built a reservoir at the bottom of my buckets,
Okay.
so that way I don't have to keep watering them over and over and over. And remember, I'm on a roof, so I'm carrying this water out there. I don't have a hose.
Wow.
So I would build a bucket, and then at the bottom, I had a reservoir, and just over the top of the reservoir, I would drill a hole so that if it went, so that the water would only get but so high.
Wow.
And the roots, they'll keep going down looking for water, and they'll just find their water source. I drill a hole and stick a pipe down there, and then you have the dirt all around, and you put the plant in the middle, and then I take the Homer bucket top and put it over top, because I grow tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes, and they are very temperamental. So when it rains, if there's any splash that gets on their stems, it can cause a disease.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Wow.
So I just put the top on there. So if it rains hard, it'll just hit the top of the bucket and it won't splash.
Wow, that's incredible.
And so you eat off of your from your garden too?
I sure do.
Wow.
And I pass it out to my neighbors and give friends. I think I sent my friend Ray. I think I can't remember if I sent her seeds or a live plant. I can't remember.
Okay.
But I would give her seedlings, and yeah.
So is it easy to put? I'm like, I don't have a green thumb at all. I don't know what color my thumb is.
Brown. It's brown like mine. Like
How easy is it to plant like tomatoes and stuff? Like, is it low maintenance? Or?
Oh, that's easy.
Oh no, it's a lot of work.
Okay.
And that's why I do like it, because especially in the morning, I go out in the garden, I get to sit with my tomatoes and kind of meditate. I have a cup of tea. It's quiet. You hear the bees and all, and I just kind of start my day off right. Before I have to deal with traffic and everybody else's wants and needs. And so I find it tranquil.
Wow.
But it is a lot of work.
Okay, that's incredible.
I guess it's kind of hard to plant potatoes, because mommy tried to do that.
But you see, you just take that eye. You take that eye off the potato.
Mom, but they never came up, Mom.
Because you know why? The process. I didn't want to be in the sun, so I planted my seeds under the trees. My dad corrected that. He was a real farmer. His name was Farmer.
So you cannot be a dainty farmer, I guess, Mom.
I know.
I didn't want to be in the sun. Go ahead. What'd you say, Swanda?
This one lady I know, she lived in North Carolina, and she had really big pots, really big pots. And she had it was going all the way down her driveway. All these pots were going all down the driveway. Yeah. And she had so much stuff in them. And then something else she would do is, like, if she was eating an apple, and when she got down to the core, she would just throw it in there as compost, right into whatever bucket. I was like, wow. And it would just go down and grow, I guess, with the herb, with the
the
yes.
Really?
Yes.
Compost.
Yeah, you buy some earthworms, and you can put them in there, and they start eating it, because the earthworm, well, for lack of what we call it, casings.
Okay.
I put earthworm casings in my soil because it's mineral rich. Actually, I talked another one of my girlfriends into doing a garden for the first time last year, and she was like, I don't think I'm gonna do this anymore. I'd rather preserve the mystery when it comes to eating my food.
Oh goodness. Yeah, we don't want to hear any more of that. We don't want to hear the mystery.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no. Ray is cracking up
Yeah,
laughing.
we had a garden, Tish. You remember Dad and I had gardens, and
Yes,
we eat
we had
string beans and
collards.
cucumbers,
We had beets. What we had radishes. We had
tree
tomatoes.
cucumbers,
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot.
tomatoes.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Mhm.
I did want to do like some herbs and stuff. I mean something that's like not a lot of maintenance, you know.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, it's a lot of hard work. Yeah. I don't want all the maintenance
So we also have a pet peeve
segment.
segment. And what are some of your pet peeves when it comes to programming or computers? Because you said you are what did you? Oh my Lord, I wrote it down.
I'm an
Information system
information system
engineer.
security.
Engineer. So, what are your pet peeves about being an information system engineer about computers and stuff like that?
Well, uh, most of them are related to my job, not necessarily Kitty Lane.
Right.
Kitty Lane is because I have a developer developing that for me.
Mhm.
So some of the things that bother me there is we have so much talent
Mhm.
that can automate a
Okay.
lot of our daily tasks,
Mhm.
but instead we're still emailing spreadsheets around. So you have 18 copies of the same thing, not one master sitting in a collaborative space that everybody can update. Just that we have so much technology around us, and
Yeah.
to make things easier, and my office environment is so backwards.
Dated. So dated. Yeah.
It's frustrating. I can't put my hands on information.
Wow.
We have people who are the owners of our server, and
Mhm.
they've moved on to a whole nother organization. So when you have new people come in and they need access to the server, you got to track them down so that they can give it's ridiculous. And
Yeah.
sometimes you just feel like banging your head against the wall.
Oh no.
It's
No,
just
no, for real. But the thing about it is so funny that you're saying it because Teams, you have a collaborative. All you gotta do is share an Excel spreadsheet, and everybody can go on. You can literally see people's on it. You can see them when they're on there doing stuff. Because
Wow.
this is what come up under what they're doing, but you're in the same file. So I don't understand why y'all don't have that in your company.
or do it or put it, even if they don't want to use Teams because of
Yeah.
where I live at, where I work at, Teams is problematic. But
Okay.
we can have SharePoint
Yes. Yes.
and
Right.
we can put something there. But nope,
Yep.
it burned me up. Actually, today they sent out a spreadsheet to I think about 50 people and
Yeah.
said, "Can you update this?" So that means you're going to be getting 50 answers
Yep.
back, and then they have to update everything.
Yeah. Isn't that
I
crazy?
guess it keeps somebody keeps a job. I don't know.
Job security.
It's a job. Keep 'em
Job
busy.
security.
That sounds like busy work. It's like
Keep 'em
my
busy.
Sound like crazy work.
It's maddening.
It is. It is. I totally agree. One of my pet peeves
See,
with the computer is every time they keep updating the stuff, and it seems like it gets worse.
Yes.
Even with the Microsoft 11 or something like, is it Microsoft 11 that they Windows 11?
Windows 11.
And all this strange stuff starts popping up, and I don't even want to update anymore because
well,
I
my pet peeve was when I was working.
What
As
was
soon
your
as you get used to a program, you're used to your system, it's time to get a new one. So you go off to school again, off to class, and learn that new one. And the next year, you get down pat, you get another one. I said, why? There's nothing wrong with my old one,
Right.
They
Yes.
put that in the government? I thought the government was kind of
No,
hated.
no, they're the worst. No.
That's why Stacey's trying to get help. That's why she was like, y'all need to get Kitty Lane for real.
But you thought it was dated? Is that what
What?
you said? The government?
No, I was asking mom, was it dated?
Oh, no, because it's like they all, like you said, updating stuff all the time. And then it makes it less user friendly. You know, it's like, what happened with this and what happened with this and why? Now, some of it is good, you know, but some of it is not.
Yeah.
You know, so my pet peeve about the digital world, oh man, it's like the stuff buffering.
Oh,
And
yeah.
not only buffering, but then pausing and stopping, and it's just so. And then you get on a delay, you know. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But like I was saying, it's a necessary evil. You know, it's like you need it, but then you take with that song say, you take the good, you take the bad. You know.
I just think that they're developing faster than we have the capacity to support. Because I remember when I first started school, just having a phone. It had, these are basically computers now. That was something that wasn't even thought of. And I don't know if anyone notices, but one of the next things that may become a problem is everyone's going to electric cars.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Our power grids, our power grids aren't set up to handle that, which is why Biden is trying to build up the infrastructure to deal with that.
Yeah.
So those are, I mean, technology is moving quickly, but we don't have the infrastructure to support it. And that's why you have the buffering and
okay.
And that's going to be the next thing, I believe, is probably going to be electric cars, even if oh wow, okay. Electric cars, even if because the power infrastructure isn't in place, and I know that they're trying to catch up and get it there.
So you think it would affect our grid? Like,
yeah, because they have to charge the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there are charging stations coming up everywhere. Like we have
everywhere.
4 of them in our job in the parking lot. So they're even at mom's grocery store, like they're popping up everywhere. So you're absolutely right about that.
Right. Yeah. So everything's becoming electric. And I don't think that the grids the grids can't sustain how quickly we are moving. So that's why they need these infrastructure bills to get going.
What about the hybrids they use? They try to use them, try to use them both. That's still, an issue.
Well, I think we're skating by now. I know that from what I understand, I believe Congress passed money for a infrastructure bill, but we still need more. If we are going to be phasing out fossil fuels and going electric, we're already taxing the grid. So add millions of people and millions of electric cars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's we're asking for a disaster if we don't catch up.
You're right.
And then I know that Tesla is now building electric delivery vehicles, and they have, I believe, some electric rail systems and all. I know that they have one in China, and I believe they're trying to put one together here.
Wow.
That just sounds crazy.
So you think our world is turning to an
Irish stoves electric? Most of the people have electric stoves.
Oh, they
well, yeah, and we are supporting that now, but with all of the new technology, if we don't beef up our electrical infrastructure to sustain it, because that charging system has to get its power from somewhere.
Yeah. And she was our viewer, Ebony. Hey, Ebony. She was saying not all chargers are compatible with every car. I never thought of that.
That's
true. I didn't know that.
And then something else. Some chargers are slower and then other chargers. Some chargers, they charge slow on purpose, so you can pay more for the faster chargers.
Oh wow! Well, I'm waiting about 5 or 6 years before I get a electric vehicle. Let them work all of the kinks out. Then
because some chargers are just,
on the road.
Some chargers are just for Tesla.
Yeah. Mhm.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Stacey, do you think we're going to turn into an iRobot world?
I hope not.
Right?
We're already so disconnected.
We're so disconnected, but it seems like we're moving towards it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like with the vacuum cleaners and all, because we went, and I know they probably have it in the city too, but they have those robot cleaners all riding all over Giant in Pennsylvania. Have y'all seen them here?
You mean the trucks looking things?
No, in the store. There are
Oh, okay.
robots in the
Okay.
store, and they'll tell you that we're trying to keep your store clean, and they back up. Like when you get close to them, they back up, move out the way, but they're literally cleaning the entire store the whole time you're in there.
I haven't.
Yeah, well, I guess when one of them attacks somebody, then they'll pull it out.
You know what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Or someone figures out a way to say, "Oh, it attacked me. I'm suing." Or
It's taking somebody's job. It's taking,
But
they were complaining about the self-serve where you weigh your own groceries. They're losing so much money under that because people have a way of like stealing. So they don't have to pay, and they say they're losing a lot of money.
Really?
Yeah, so that you can only. I went to the store the other day. It's only like no more than 10 or 20 items. They have limited how many you can.
Where?
You can
self-serve.
Yeah, it's a limit. They say so many people been stealing. They lose a lot of money.
But I was thinking, like, I saw some robots at the hospitals. They have them at the hospitals.
Yeah, they at the hospitals too.
Yeah, I've seen them there.
Yeah.
Your brother, what does he do now? He programs them.
Who is that? Is that Cedric or Pierre?
No, Willie.
Oh,
okay. He programs them.
Wow. Yes.
So thank you so much for being on. Do you have any final thing to say or words to say to the audience? Because we want to really help you and support you.
Well, I do want to say again, thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Please send your email to support@Kitty Lane. The software will be launching before the end of the year. I'm still working out the money piece. So just stay tuned. I'll be sending out email updates. But before I leave, I did want to say that I also started a group called Our Sea Change.
Okay.
And it is a group.
Our Sea Change.
Our Sea Change. Oh. And it's a group with like-minded entrepreneurs. And it's mainly my cousin, my family members right now. And we just get together and we support each other and we hold each other accountable. And I just want to thank them because they've been helpful with keeping me moving forward, as well as my family and my friends.
Oh, good. Wow. So Ken is on here. He said, "Hi, family." Ebony says she has to watch it from the beginning. Lady said they already have AI companions.
Wow.
So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Here's Ken.
I was frozen.
Hi, family. Oh, were you?
Thank you.
We love you, Staci. Oh my goodness. We just wish you all the best. And you are going to be on our prayer list because you are going to go to your phase 5 sooner than you know.
Tell your mom I say hi. Tell your mom
I will.
Yeah.
I will. Thank you. Thank you. Nice meeting you all. And talk to you soon, Miss Mary.
Okay. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Chilling with the Girls. We will see y'all next week at 6 o'clock. Take care. We love y'all. Have a great weekend and a great long holiday weekend.
Bye-bye.